What's up, YouTubers? Today I'll bring you guys another deck profile on the new role pattern that got supported from the Legend deck and the new set, Demonic Advents. From these two stuff, you got the deck got a lot more support for Blaster or Blaster Blade itself. So the deck is a lot more fun to play and a lot better than just a Legend deck. So let's get started. For starting Vanguard, we still play Wingo Brave. Best starter for Royal, I would say, unless you're playing Brave, you of course want the other one. But other than that, it's a really good searcher, boosting any blaster unit and attack hits. You may put this card into soul and search your deck for any blaster unit in its name, any card with blaster in its name. So it gives you a card that you need, and free search deny your deck is really good as well. Then moving on to green 3s, we play 4 of our boss card, Blaster Blade Exceed. Main card of the deck, you always want to write this as Vanguard, since for Blaster and for the name and for the strike skill. Also that you could counterblast 1 when this card plays on Vanguard or Rearguard. You could pay the cost, and if you do choose one, your opponent's grade 1 or greater Rearguard and retire it. It helps you to get rid of 1 unit. It's Blaster Blade's original ability, but just 1 less cost. Strike skill is basically when you strike a unit with a saber in its name, you may counterblast 1 and search your deck for a card named card with Blaster Blade in its name. So it limits the target for you, but you still have a lot to search, such as itself, or original Blaster Blade Spirit, Blaster Blade Seeker. You can even search Blaster Blade Liberator. Anything with Blaster Blade in his name is searchable, but unfortunately we can only play Royal Pattern in the deck, so you may not search for our Liberator ones. Then moving on, we play 2 of our new grade 3 new style Blaster Lu. What's good about Lu is that Lu also has a blaster in his name, so you can search it out with Wingo Brave, and also that has some cool skill as well. First skill is when this plays on Vanguard or Rearguard, you can choose a card with Blaster Blade in its name and from the drop zone and return it to the bottom of the deck. It helps you to cycle a Blaster Blade, since your combo rely on Blaster Blade heavy anyway, so it helps you to cycle 1 back so you can do more combo later on, since it's on the bottom deck, so you don't have to worry. Second ability is then it's on Rearguard or Guardian Circle as well. It's also 2 plays. Skill is when this unit gains 5k shield, so it becomes a grade 2, I would say, since you could grade 2 mostly have a 5k shield, and also intercept on Rearguard. So you could count this as a grade 2 even if it's on the board, or you could just guard from your hand with 5k. But most of the time you will call it out for the skill first and then intercept it. Then moving on to the grade 2s, we play key combo of the deck, which is also our avatar for the deck, Blaster Blade. Blaster Blade, everyone knows by now, when this card plays on Vanguard, you may counterblast 2. If you do, choose one opponent's unit and retire it. Second ability is counterblast 2. When this plays on Rearguard, you could pay the cost, and if you do, choose one opponent's grade 2 or greater Rearguard and retire it. So putting it on Rearguard limits the ability to retire, but putting it on Vanguard, you could kill the starter. Still though, with the new Blaster Blade Exceed, you don't really use the ability unless you get rushed so much. Other than that, you won't really use the ability, you just use it for the card name. Then moving on, we play 2 Blaster Blade Spirit. Only 2 because if you go second and with grade 1 or grade 1 Blaster, you can search this card out and to ride it. Only needs 2 because if you hit 1 in the damage zone at its first damage, you kind of screwed, because you just want to use this card to ride. You hardly call it. After riding, the second copy is usually dead unless you really want to kill something your opponent have. You could superior card out of the deck and counterblast 1 to retire the unit. Then moving on, we play 3 favorite pivot of Light and Dark Lu. This is a grade 2 version of Lu, which skill is when this card is boosted by Blaster for Embargo or Flora Paladin Flogo, you gain 3k. So with Barco it's a 19k column, with Flogo it's a 16 column. No matter what, it hits magic number, and after it attacks the Vanguard, you can counterblast 1. Put this card into the soul and superior call a blaster unit, a grade 2 blaster unit from the deck. So you could call Blaster Blade or Blaster Blade Spirit out from the deck, but usually you call Blaster Blade since the unit that's being called gains 3k, so it becomes a 12k attacker. And with Flogo, you can stamp Blaster Blade to do a second attack. Then moving on, we play Star Hope Trumpeter. Star Hope Trumpeter, I would say, is amazing grade 2 after GB is on. Because when this is placed on rear from your hand, you may counterblast 1, and if you do, choose a card from your deck and just call it, as long as you have a Blaster or Alpha Vanguard. And the call out unit gains 3k. It helps you to set up a lot, because you could search your deck for Flogo as well. So you could do your Blaster Blade restand attack and anything you would like. Like if you want to put a Blaster Blade back, you could superior call Lu, and Lu become a 16 on that turn as well. So it hits for numbers. Then moving on, we play for green ones. We play 4 Blaster Friend Barco. Blaster Friend Barco is a counter charger for the deck. When Blaster Blade placed in the same column as this unit, you can counter charge 1. But only conditions that you need a Blaster or Blaster Vanguard. Still though, your 2 grade 3 that you have in the deck are blasters, so you guarantee have it. And most of the time you write spirits, and you can search out from Flogo, a Wingo Break, so that your Vanguard is also blaster. So you always have this Bargo's ability. Then moving on, we play 2 Swordsman of Light, Blaster Riviera Loris. You only play 2 because you play it for the name. Since the skill is useless, skill only works on the original Alfred, which playing in the same column as the Alfred, Alfred gains 1000 power from a 10k to become an 11k. Second skill is just resist on Vanguard, Rearguard, or Guardian, so your opponent cannot retire it. Then moving on, we play 4 of our Strike Father. Since this deck only plays 6 grade 3, you want to use this to strike it for you instead of losing the grade 3, since Lu's being called out to the board, and Blaster Blade you can only have 3 extra, so you need more cards to strike for you. Then moving on, for our last grade 1s, we play 4 Maiden of Divine Spring, Elaine. Our brand new perfect art. It's really nice because you don't need to discard a card from your hand for this ability. All you need is Soul Blast 1. So as long as your Vanguard has the name Blaster or Alfred in the card name, you may pay the cost, and if you do, your Vanguard cannot be hit until the end of the turn. So it helps you to save up. It helps you to save up a card from your hand, and it nullifies one of the attack. But if you're playing against Dimension Robo, they can still penetrate it. It doesn't have resist. Then moving on, we play 4 Floral Paladin Flogo. I'm not sure what's the name, but this is the best card in the deck as well because it combos so well with your Blaster Blade and Barco, since you do the counter charge back and you could just do this. Most of the time you will use Star Call to call Flogo out so that you could do your Blaster Blade combo off easily. Then moving on, we play 4 Ongo. It's a new crit from the set, which skill is you can put this into soul and choose one of your unit gains 3k. It's the same thing as a Margot Drop. Both ability is the same. It's just that one's a 5k, one's a 10k. But there is time that you will need to use this since you don't have a Margot in your hand, and to get one more soul out, since there is card you need soul but not a lot other than the PG, and you want to give more power to Blaster Blade, so even without trigger it will hit and you could do multiple attacks instead of restand. Then moving on, we play 4 heal trigger from the Fighter collection. First of all, it's hollow. Second of all, you could trigger the ability pretty much every single time, every single game at least once. That's why you will play this instead. Then moving on to the strides, we play. First of all, we play 3 Holy Divine Knight Gansalot Peace Saver. Only 3 is fine because you won't really need more. This is amazing card, I would say. It's the best first strike for the deck. Even though it's only GB1, it won't give you GB2, even if you because it doesn't unflip. But what it gives you is that when this card attacks, you could countercharge 1 first, and then it gets a +1 check. Also, if you have a face card in your G zone, it gains a crit. So it's no matter what, it's free plus, since when the first time you strike into this card, you could use your strike skill for free, since it countercharges back when it attacks, and you get 4 cards in your hand with quadruple drive. Also, if there's face up, you gain a crit, so your opponent has to guard it. Second ability is during your turn. When this card is faced up in G zone, all of your rearguard blaster blade unit gains a skill which continue rearguard resist. So this skill will pass on to opponent's turn as well, since it's continuous effect. Because Gansalot gives the ability to the rearguard unit, so essentially your unit gains the ability already, and the ability is continuous, so your blaster blade is not touchable. Even the ruling says it's only work on your turn. At the end of the turn, this ability will be gone. But even so, you don't have to worry about Denial Griffin or any hand trap that Kagero has. Also, against some other deck like Grand Blue, their cannon to retire. You could keep going with your combo. They cannot stop. They cannot find a way to stop you. Then moving on, we play 4 Divine Knight King, Alfred Holy Saver. Another broken card in the deck. It helps you to do 5 checks. Your opponent has to overguard your attack, since your Blaster Blade also gains Twin Drive. Any of these Blaster Blade gains Twin Drive, since they all have Blaster Blade in its name, and not only Twin Drive, but they also gain 3k, so which is really nice. Give more pressure to your opponent. Then moving on, we'll play 2 Aerial Divine Knight Armile. You hardly go into it. Armile's there because situational, you might need it if your board is really empty. You could call out Lu and then to do your combo with Bargo for Blaster Blade, and then Flogo to restand. Skill everyone knows by now. When this plays on Vanguard, you may flip a copy of itself. And then if you do choose such a deck for grade 2 and call it to R, that unit gains 5k. Then all your unit in your front row gains 3k. So whatever you call out with grade 2, it makes a magic number, since the extra 3 helps a lot. Then moving on for Shy, we play 1 GB8. With Gansalot out, you hardly go into GB8, but you will still play it, since if you actually go into it, it's still a good card. Skill is when this card attacks, you can counterboss 1. And if you do, you can search up a deck for 5 units and call them into separate R. Then each of them gains 4k. This card also gains a crit, so it becomes a 26 with a crit. If you got boosters, you can boost, and the unit call out doesn't have to be 5, since if you have a booster, you don't want to lose the boost. So, and the crit has no limit to how many you call, so even if you don't call anything, it gains a crit. Then moving on, we play 1 Seabreeze. Seabreeze is still, I would say, is the best card right now in the format, since a lot of people playing grade 2 game with you. So Seabreeze help you to control the grade 2 game. Then moving on to G Guardian, we have our Holy Beast Divine Masco. Fighter Collection G Guardian, you only need 2 because the first time you use it, you actually want to use it for the heal trigger ability, so you can discard the draw trigger to draw a new card. Second time you use it, you probably will use the skill, since you could only use 4 G Guardian anyway, and we're playing 5 with one of our Divine Sacrifice staff are the Lois. I'm not sure what the name, but skill is when you have 2 or more grade 2 on the board, it gains free 10. So since Star Call, you call Liu, usually they're in the same column since you want to use the Blaster Ray column combo. So that's already 2 grade 2 with Blaster Ray as Star Call. So this is an easy 10k. But you go into a Leslie, you usually use it for this ability to flip. Then moving on, we'll play 1 Dark Element. Since Dark Element help you protect anything important that you need and you don't want your opponent to get rid of it. And lastly, we play 1 of our little Great Sage Miron. Miron is great because Miron help you to get rid of a card in your deck that's dead. So for instance, late game when you have a Blaster Ray Spirit in the deck, you could just G-Guard with Miron and Soulblast 1, then put Blaster Ray Spirit to the Guardian Circle as well and plus 5k shield, so it become a so if you call a grade 2 or grade 1 or Liu to grade 3 Liu, they become a 10k shield. If you call crit or heal to the Guardian Circle, they become a 15 shield. So it gives you more guard for you to protect yourself, but most of the time all you need is this new perfect guard, so you don't lose anything from your hand. So there you guys have it. Hope you guys enjoy this deck provider, and I will see you guys next time.